Alright, welcome back to the channel. Y'all, it is officially set. The brackets are in for this upcoming March Madness tournament, and these 68 teams are ready to go on and compete to see who would eventually win the national championship trophy. The games are going to be even more intense. The games are going to be tougher. This isn't conference play. This is, again, national tournament. The best teams in the United States are going to go up against each other. And we all know what March Madness is about. Upsets. Upsets happen. That's what makes it more interesting and intriguing. And I really feel like nobody's going to have a perfect bracket because this is the most open the tournament has been for a while. Because, if you look back like a few years ago, you could kind of narrow it down to, hey, it's going to probably be South Carolina or UConn. But, this is the most open the tournament has been for a while. Notre Dame, I know they're in a slump, but please do not count them out. Y'all saw their hot start that they had. They beat Southern California, they beat UConn, they beat Texas. Man, they beat the best of the best teams. So don't count them out. I really felt like it was fatigue getting to them, but I really feel like they're gonna bounce back. And not even just teams that are not even just like the more notable teams. Don't sleep on the other teams that are within the top 15 to 25 range. Like I said, Alabama, one of the most underrated schools. They got a lot of great players. Aaliyah Nye, she's top 3 in the country in threes made. Yeah, I was correct. She's number 3, hitting 3.4 threes per game. So, man, she's just a straight-up sniper. You can't forget about them. And let's not forget about Kentucky, a really tough front court that they got there. They lead the nation in blocks. So, upsets can happen. Upsets can happen. I know a lot of people, think they can just narrow it down and say, hey, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be UCLA, Southern Cal, UConn, LSU. No, you never know. You never know. But let's just start with the first seeds, right? So UCLA is one of the 4 first seeds. They played really good this year. They have Lauren Betts, who I've been calling the best center in women's college basketball from when the season first started. You can go back, look at my older video I made on her, calling her the best center in the nation. She is truly a two-way anchor, like this ESPN article said. Great rim protector. She's 6'7". You literally can't teach that. And she's just a great post scorer. She's a good passer out the post as well. They like to sometimes have that UCLA high post action, and the offense really runs through her. She really opens up everything for UCLA. But when she gets in that deep post positioning, it's just money all day. She gets in deep post position. She just hook shots, close shots at the rim. She can just put the ball up and lay it up, right? But as we see, UCLA went 30-2. But who do those 2 losses come from? Both of those losses came from Southern California. Southern California defends Lauren Betts better than any team I've seen this year. But hey, they really do deserve this number 1 seed. And hey, they ended up getting their revenge on Southern Cal. Beating them to win the Big Ten tournament championship game. But hey, we'll see if they possibly face each other again. Who knows? But yeah, they've been playing really good, y'all. They're really a good team. They definitely deserve this number 1 seed. But hey, their other players are definitely have to step up. Tamia Gardner, she played good for them, especially in that game against USC, the most recent game, of course, the Big Ten championship game. She had 9 points off of all 3-pointers. Janai Barker is definitely their 6th player off the bench. That spark. She can really even start, but they start Duligic. She's a sharp shooter. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but Angela Duligic, she's a really good shooter for them. So is London Jones. That's really all she does. She shoots 3. So they got some shooters. We all know Kiki Rice is really good for them as well. Tough slasher, a really good playmaker too. She definitely is able to also help the team you know get some good plays. She's a really good playmaker. She sets the offense up pretty well for them, and I love the way she attacks the cup. She's really great at finishing at the basket. But hey, we'll see what they'll do. The other first seed is, of course, South Carolina, the defending champions. Hey, I said when they lost Camilla, I really didn't know. I really didn't think they would be as good as they were, but I knew they would still be at the top 4 team in the country without a doubt. They still have their main core pretty much. Malaysia, Tahina, knockdown shooter, and she definitely stepping up her playmaking abilities. Tessa Johnson, Bree Hall, Raven Johnson, full of experience. Multiple deep runs in the tournaments. So, this team is definitely gonna be a problem. Won't be surprised if they're in the Final Four. Texas is the third first seed. They've been playing good. They've been playing real good. So Texas has been balling out, but I really don't think a team, especially nowadays, man, a team that doesn't shoot the 3 ball well enough can win it. I really don't think they can win it because they really play that old school type of basketball, which isn't bad, because hey, anything could happen. But Madison Booker, she is definitely attempting more threes than she did her last year. But they really like to get the bigs more involved. Taylor Jones gets involved a lot. They like to hit them with them in the low post. Taylor Jones and Kayla Audeclaire, they really are really good bigs for this team, y'all. But man, I really don't see them, making the Final Four. Definitely make them. I see them making it possibly the Sweet 16. But man, I just don't see a team that don't shoot threes making it far. Especially they don't shoot the 3 well. That's more so the problem. But hey, we'll see. You never know. Again, you never know. I could be wrong. Madison Booker can just go crazy and start cooking. Her teammates can step up. Rory Harmon, of course. But like I said, who knows, man. And the other first seed is Southern California. Well deserved. Great team. Juju Watkins. Up there, in my opinion, I always say, since the season started, Juju, Hidalgo, and Betts are the top 3 players in the country right now. And then you can put Paige up in there as well. Flage, if you want, however you want to rank them, but within the top 5. But to me, that main 3 is definitely Juju, Hidalgo, and Betts. But yeah, Southern Cal has Juju, arguably the best scorer in the country. She's just a bucket getter. And one aspect that I hate that people don't talk about enough is her defense. Juju is a real great defender. Again, defense always doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but man, just look at the games where it did show up on the stat sheet, like that first meeting against UCLA when she got 8 blocks. She almost had a triple-double with blocks, yo. That's crazy. She was playing, again, great defense. She's a real good help defender as well. That's what USC in general does. They're a really good help defensive team. And again, that's how they really beat UCLA those first 2 meetings this year. But yeah, they got Avery Howell, who I always say should get more minutes because she's just a sniper. She's just a knockdown shooter. And she never hesitates when she gets the ball. If you watch film, so I always say, I sound like a broken record. It's always good to watch the games, the full games. She never hesitates when she gets the ball. She gets that joint and she just shoots it. She has a really quick release. It's money. Kennedy Smith is another defensive player as well, and she can knock down threes. She can definitely knock down the 3 ball. You can say she's a 3-and-D type of player. A lot of people overuse the term 3-and-D, but Kennedy Smith, that's definitely her play style in basketball. But this team is really good. They're also up there in UCLA is also up there in blocks per game as well. As you see, look at that. They're right behind Kentucky in blocks per game. Ray Marshall, Akuniafo, like I mentioned earlier, they got a lot of good defensive players. Also, Malia Samuels off the bench, he plays that tough, full court press defense on the opposing team's guard. Avery Howell is a really quick, speedy guard as well. I see her developing and getting better. She's only a freshman. I really see her getting better within, definitely by next season. But hey, we'll see. Let's see if she shocks us and just balls out in March Madness, right? But hey, we'll see. But yeah, those are the first seeds. I'm gonna go over the second season only. But yeah, so Duke, they're definitely one of my dark horse teams, right? Duke is one of my dark horse teams. They beat Notre Dame and NC State. They won the ACC tournament championship. Tough team, yo. Tough team. They got Toby Fournier, who I talked about earlier in the year when I made a video talking about Reagan Richardson. I said, hey, she should get more minutes. She can definitely be, a second or third best scorer on the team. And right now she's leading the team in points per game. Only a freshman. If you're not familiar with her, you probably seen her online dunking the ball because she can dunk. It's crazy. Yeah, these girls is developing. But yeah, a tough defensive team. I love the way they switch. And the coach, Kara Lawson, that's really her mentality and her bread and butter in basketball. She's a really great strategic defensive coach. So, hey, that's what I love about defense. Even if you're not that good as an offensive team, if you can make it hard for the other team to score the ball, it gives your team more opportunities to outscore them, even if you're not as good as the offensive team you're playing against. That's why they say defense wins chips. It's not repetitive. It is repetitive, but even across all sports, not even just basketball. Football. People always say defense wins championships because it really does. And Reagan Richardson, she's really cold. Her scoring went down, but it's definitely gonna. I see it definitely picking back up. She's a really good player, and when the tournament comes in, I'm telling you, people play better when they're playing for something that's that's valuable. They pick up their intensity and their level of play. So we will see. NC State is another second seed. I feel like that win against Notre Dame really reminded people that, hey, we are a good team because last year they made the Final Four. I really feel like a lot of people slept on this team this year. They just forgot this team made the Final Four. They got really great backcourt play. Really great backcourt play with Isaiah James, who's just a great shooter, man. Great shooter. She doesn't hesitate as well when she gets the ball. She could shoot off the dribble. She's a good catch and shoot shooter as well. Sanaya Rivers is another great player for them, of course. Zoe Brooks too. She can get hot in any minute and be the team's leading scorer for a game. But yeah, we'll see. We will see what happens with NC State. I really feel like they are lacking a really good front court play. They got, like I said, they got really good backcourt players. Isaiah James, Isaiah James and Sanaya Rivers. But hey, we will see, man. We will see, y'all. We will see. Another second seed, of course, as we see, is TCU. They've been hooping. TCU is hooping, and man, let's give Haley Van Lith her flowers, yo. Haley Van Lith she literally has brought up her draft stock. I also made a preview video on Haley Van Lith before the in the beginning of the season when the season first started, saying Haley Van Lith is definitely going to ball out. Hey, I made a lot of videos. Check out the old vids, please. But I knew Haley Van Lith was gonna cook because LSU really wasn't her type of it didn't fit her type of play style. She really needed the ball in her hand much more, and because she really is a ball dominant player, and her going back to TCU, it pretty much looked like how she did when she was at Louisville. I personally feel like she never should have left Louisville, but hey, that's in the past now. It is what it is, and you can definitely say she revamped her career, and her draft stock is definitely up. It's definitely up. So mock drafts are off, and mock drafts are gonna pick up after March Madness and during March Madness. Y'all gonna see how it just switches. But yeah, Haley Van Lith, look at that, averaging 18 points a game, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.2 steals, and she's shooting efficient from the field. my biggest criticism of her, if you watch my video on Haley Van Lith I made right when I first started my channel, I said, yo, she has to get her field goal percentage to at least 44%. And look, she's shooting 45.9% from the field. Pretty much 46% if you round that up. So hey, she's playing really great. So don't sleep on this team. Don't sleep on this team, man. I remember when TCU beat Notre Dame. I was like, whoa, that was a really good game. They got knockdown shooters. Madison Corner, her shot is butter. Literally, most of her points come from the three ball. She's also up there as well in 3-pointers made per game. Yeah, she's just look at that. She's second place right behind Alyssa, and she's right before Lee and I, who's third place. She's a knockdown shooter, yo. She's a knockdown shooter. She's a sniper. But Sedona Prince, she's definitely arguably second place if you want to talk about the best centers in the country. Look at her numbers: 17 points, 9 boards. My shooting 50, close to 59% from the field, pretty close to 60% from the field. Amazing, and she's a good foul shooter for a big, shooting 71% from the from the free throw line. So hey, don't sleep on this team. Taylor Big B is another good shooter as well, man. This team got a lot of shooters, great spacing that they can have. But man, don't sleep on this team. Do not sleep on this team. But I'm so happy for Haley Van Lith, y'all. She cooking. I definitely think she can play in the W, man. I really think she can play in the dub. And yeah, another team that's in second place is UConn. Look at UConn, man. I had a feeling they were gonna be second place. Great team. I definitely think they're gonna make the Final Four. But my biggest criticism with UConn is they play in the Big East, as we know, which is arguably the weakest conference out of all these conferences. We all know the Big Ten is a good conference. The ACC, the Southeastern Conference, to me, was pretty much the most competitive one. But man, they play in a really weak conference, yo. They lost to teams like Southern Cal. They lost to Notre Dame. But hey, when they beat South Carolina, they made me shut up. I was like, okay, this team is really good. I know they're a good team, but when they beat South Carolina, I'm like, okay, and they blew them out. They blew out South Carolina, yo. I was like, what? Look at the score, 87-58. They spanked them. But hey, basketball's getting runs, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. Man, they were playing really good. They were executing. AZ Fudd was just knocking them threes, bruh. She was just splashing them joints. She was making it rain, like Lil Wayne up in there, man. But yeah, they're balling out. Sarah Strong, we haven't even seen the best of her, yo. We haven't even seen the best of Sarah Strong, and she's only a freshman. She's gonna get better, but yeah, she's cooking. She's playing really good this year. She's arguably the most skilled post player in the country. She can shoot the ball really well, can pass. She doesn't need the ball in her hand to be to be effective when she plays. I don't know why I closed that. Let me go back to her numbers. But yeah, she's a good rebounder. She's big enough to guard bigs, and she's quick enough on her foot to guard the other team's backcourt players. So she's a really versatile basketball player, and she can shoot the ball as well. She's definitely, in my opinion, the best shooting post player in the country. And she's just a really good basketball player, man. She's so skilled. I think when it's all said and done, she's gonna really be up there with like with Juju and all that. When we talking about the best women's basketball players, she's obviously gonna make the WNBA. And I'm telling you, her potential is, to me, like arguably one of the highest potentials to be like extremely great basketball player. But yeah, man, those are the top teams in the country. And let's look at the brackets, man. Let's look at the brackets. I ain't gonna keep y'all here that long, man. Trust me, I got y'all. But stay tuned for the next couple of videos, because I'm gonna be uploading like crazy. But yeah, look at this bracket. I really feel like the bracket that South Carolina is in is really, really tough. It's really, really tough. They got Utah, Indiana, Alabama, Maryland. People sleep on North Carolina. They're really a good team. With Alyssa Utby still out there playing good. yeah, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna really be tough. But hey, South Carolina, they got that expertise. They got that expertise, man. The experience really comes in handy, yo. But yeah, man, UConn, yeah, man. This is just interesting, y'all. Cause this is really like my first time looking at it. This is my first time looking at it. Like while I'm recording this vid. Oh man, these games are gonna be really, really good. But yeah, I really feel like the toughest bracket is truly the one with South Carolina. But yeah, man. Yeah, we should I make my prediction for the Final Four? I'm gonna make my prediction. I'm gonna stay with it. I'm gonna stay with my prediction from earlier in the year. My Final Four prediction is gonna be Notre Dame, Southern California, UCLA, and South Carolina. Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, that's my final prediction. But yeah, we'll see, y'all. We will see, man. We will see. But yeah, those are the best 4 teams right now, in my opinion, in the country, and I really feel like they can make it that far. I really feel like one of those teams can win it. One of those 4 teams can really win it all. But hey, I can be wrong. You never know. You never know. But y'all, just wanted to show y'all and talk about the this bracket, man. You know, again, the games are gonna start on the 19th. That's when the first games are gonna start, and these games are gonna be real good. I also wanted to show this. This was pretty dope. These are all the number 1 seeds reacting to them being announced as the number 1 seed. So this was sexist. Let me put the volume down. My fault, y'all. Look at that. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's beautiful. Let's look at the UCLA Bruins. You know, they hyped. They ready. They ready to compete. Look at Janari Barker, yeah. Hey, and then let's look at South Carolina. South Carolina, like, we used to this. That's dope. That's dope. South Carolina, it's like we used to this, man. Man, imagine if they still had Ashley Walkers playing right now. And let's look at Southern Cal, USC Trojans. Look at Juju's locked in. Look at that. She ain't even smiling. She ready to compete. I'm telling you, she's a killer, bro. She's gonna go off. But yeah, man, that is the those were the number 1 seeds. You know, reacting to the again, them getting announced as a number 1 seed in this upcoming tournament. But yeah, y'all tell me your thoughts and opinions, man. Did y'all who do y'all think is gonna win this? Who do y'all think is gonna make the Elite 8? You know, you can even say who you think is gonna make this Sweet 16, and definitely tell me who y'all think is gonna make the Final Four and even win it all, win the national championship tournament, right? Again, please stay tuned in, y'all, for these upcoming videos that's gonna come up. I'm gonna be uploading like crazy. You know, the games are really gonna be good. I'm still gonna be making preview videos and post game reaction videos to these matchups, especially with the better teams in the country that's gonna face off against each other. But yeah, man, I just hit 100 subscribers. I really appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me. I know a lot of people might say, hey, man, that's a small amount, man. Just 100 subscribers. But hey, to me, that means a lot, man, honestly. But yeah, please like, subscribe, and I like to talk to y'all. That's why I always say comment, man. I just like to talk hoops, man. All right. So again, some of your thoughts and opinions. Stay tuned in. Till next video.